Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the N.S.D Racing Series. I am your host, Chromoid, and today we have to do another drawing because we're going to be doing a Classics race on the short course, and I finally have more than 6 entries in the Classics category. I know it's been a bit of a while since we've done one of these. I've been busy with Tank Wars lately, so I'll just recap. What's going to happen is I'll go through these 7 entries. Since this is the first time I've had to do a drawing for the Classics category, there are no exceptions. All of the entries are going to be selected. Some have raced many times, some have raced only a few times, some are brand new, so we're just going to have to see who gets lucky today. But our entries are the Bluefish, Flower Girl, Purifier of the Flesh, Ripster, River Rat, Salvaged, Precursor RT, and Screamer and Weenus. The only one we haven't seen yet is the Ripster. That's a new entry, and I forget who it was by, but I'll get to that in a little bit here. Let's go ahead and see who our first loser is. Oh yeah, and I'm going to be, whichever number gets rolled here, or not rolled, but generated, is the one that's knocked out. So I'm going to knock out one of them, and everyone else gets to race. So let's see who our unlucky winner is here. 1, Bluefish. Sorry, Bluefish, you are out. That's a shame, one of the faster ones in the field, but that's okay. We'll see him next race. He is guaranteed to show up there. So we have Flower Girl, Purifier of the Flesh, Ripster, River Rat, Salvage Precursor RT, and Screamin' Weenus coming up in the race. And here we are on the short course with our 6 contestants. You guys know the drill, so let's get to know them a little bit before we send them on their merry way. This is the Screamin' Weenus, submitted by Tajimmer, and has competed in I think at least 3 races this series. It's quite a fast little ship and packs a huge arsenal, but it's had some bad luck recently. Let's see if it can prove that today. Next up is the venerable Salvaged Precursor RT, submitted by Mourark. This ship is on its last race before it gets retired today, so let's hope it has some better luck than it's had in the last few races. It's the only one to feature a laser cannon in this category. This is the River Rat, a young up-and-comer who has proved very dominant in its races, except for the last one where it ran to a bunch of saw blades. Packs a very wicked cannon, has spikes all over it, and is really fast. This is the new kid on the block, the Ripster, submitted by Neekap, who is also the maker of the Storm Runner in the open category. It features a huge drum spinner on the front and a very neat-looking cannon, rear-facing, which is a very interesting choice. I think those are 2 cannons on the side, too, so it's loaded to the gills with weaponry. Beside it is the deadly Purifier of the Flesh, submitted by Faram 4. It features 8 wicked-looking saw blades, a very lethal cannon, and some missiles on the top, too, and it's also no slouch in the water. And last but certainly not least, we have the Flower Girl, submitted by Varian 101. This little ship may not be the fastest in the field, but you'd best not be behind it when it starts letting loose with that flurry of mines. Those are your entries for today, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get them started on their way. The flag waves and the ships drop into the water. It's time for another Speed Demon race. Looks like all of them are getting off the line really quickly. I'm just going to check the new guy real quick and make sure he ain't breaking no rules, because I see that turret turning. And I think I see harpoons. Oh, that's not good. Okay, cannon's not firing. The spinner's not spinning. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. And just let him carry on for a second here. Oh, no. Oh, no, the gun's firing. The gun's firing way too early. Oh, yeah, the spinner started at about the right time, but no, I can't do that. No, sorry, man. Better luck next time. You can't be shooting before everyone else does. Sorry. That was about, I think, 7.5, 8 seconds. Yeah, you can't do that. Sorry, Ripster. Sorry, Neekap. Better luck next time. I can't allow that in good conscience. No one else gets to fire early. You shouldn't either. Well, there's one contestant out due to unfortunate circumstances. Let's see if we can keep it clean for the rest of the race. Everyone else started firing around the same time. This is good. About 10 seconds. It's about 9.5, I think, for the what's it called? Purifier of the Flesh. Those missiles start a little early, but that's not as bad as the Ripster there. The Screamin' Weenus and the I want to call it the Mourark. No, the RT, the Precursor, have collided. The Precursor is upside down. It looks like it's going to be flipped. The Weenus is stuck, and the Purifier is coming straight for both of them. So is the River Rat. Flower Girl, you're doing the right thing. Stay way away from all this. You do not want to be part of this, sweetie. A flare goes off from the Purifier of the Flesh. The cannon comes around. I think it was firing at the River Rat, but now it switched targets. Oh, this is going to be ugly. There goes the shield stick on the Precursor. Nothing else though. It grazed. Oh, a little kiss on the nose there for the Screaming Weenus, but nothing too bad. It can repair pretty quickly, and it takes a saw blade with it. The Purifier leaves a saw blade embedded in the Screaming Weenus. The river rat passes by, gently nudging them on the side, uses those harpoons to drag the Weenus even further behind. The Flower Girl stays far to the left of all this mayhem. It has nothing to do with this. The laser from the Precursor is firing, but I don't think it'll do much damage having to fire out of the water like that, and the Precursor is completely upside down and effectively out of this race. It's still got some health points on it. That's fine. It'll probably finish with an 80% or greater DNF, which will give it 1 point. Ooh! How did that... Oh my gosh, you see that saw blade skip right underneath the river rat. That whole design just saved your bacon. What's your name? I'm blanking. Tomson, that whole design, ooh, that couldn't have been closer if you tried. That saw blade slid right underneath that angled bow. That was very, very close. It looks like the Purifier scot-free. The Screaming Weenus has harpooned itself another target and is dragging itself along with the river rat. The harpoons not only slow down its target, but it also drags the ship attached to them forward. So it's a win-win for the Weenus. Definitely not good for the river rat. Now it's got dead weight to tow around. I'm not sure if the Weenus is faster than the river rat. Actually, I haven't ever tested them 1 versus 1. The Flower Girl's staying right on them, but it better not land those mines on top of its exposed ammo barrels in the back. That's not a good idea. Or ammo boxes in this case. It didn't, so it's okay. And then there goes that deadly gun on the Weenus, just laying into the side of the river rat. This could be really bad. The river rat has some great defense on it. It's got a great offensive gun, but with 2 of these powerful ships laying into it from different sides, I'm not sure it can sustain this kind of damage for too long. There goes a chunk of blocks, courtesy of the Purifier of the Flesh. The river rat replies, and oh my goodness! Straight into the ammo deposit. And there goes the cannon. Is it out? Is it... Oh my... I've just been telling the river rat to be careful. I've been like, it's gonna get torn apart by the Weenus and the Purifier, and it's just like, excuse me, I have something to say here. Boom, headshot. Well, not a headshot, but that's about as close to a headshot as you get in From the Depths. The only thing it could have done that would be worse would have been coring the AI out. That was incredible. Now I'm aware that armor is usually weaker in the back, and that's usually where the ammo barrels are, but in a race where you're one of the fastest ships, it may not be a good idea to put exposed ammo barrels in the back. I don't know. I know that the Purifier, I think, has a lot of wood in it. I don't know, but that was a great reply from the river rat. Just brought itself right back into this race. It's effectively nullified most of the damage from the Purifier. I know that the saws are kind of the main weaponry, but it's big damage weapons are the missiles and the cannon. When it can't actually ram an opponent, it's pretty much helpless against anything else. And by detonating the ammo barrels and killing off the cannon, the river rat's pretty much just made just taken all the teeth, so to speak, out of the Purifier. No pun intended there. The teeth are still very much there, of course, the literal teeth. Oh, geez, just the back end of the poor Flower Girl getting blown to pieces. It won't be giving much mines out after losing all the ammo boxes on it. I'm stuttering so much. Sorry about that. These 2 are heading for the hills, but I think they'll probably turn pretty soon. That's a very gradual slope. If you haven't noticed before this point, I have changed the short course a little bit since the open race. I've gotten some complaints/hints that it's a little too steep in some places, and the AI, being what it is, just cannot possibly handle it. It tries to hug way too close to the cliffs, and that's why we see so many of the collisions we've seen on this course. The course is by no means been softened, in my opinion. I think it's still just as dangerous as ever to navigate. It's just made it more easy for the AI to read, which makes it more raceable, and that's what I'm here for. I'm not here to punish everyone who sets foot on the course just because it's hellishly hard to navigate, even if you're going solo. I want there to be racing. So we have racing now. The Weenus has beached itself. I was just finished saying I've softened it up and made it easier to navigate. Nope, the Weenus just charges straight into a cliff. It probably lost some rudders. It has that turreted drive, though. I don't know why the turreted propellers didn't help it guide it back into the course. I know the buoys up here, it should have aimed for that, but, from the depths, damage, things like that. It can happen. So, sorry, Jimmer. Looks like your Weenus is stuck. Oh, that sounded a lot worse coming out of my mouth than I had planned. We're just gonna leave it there. Leave the Weenus over there and carry on with these two. This is a good race though. The Purifier. I know it said it's pretty much been. I'm looking for words that mean neutralized. Trying not to say neutralized. It's not working out. But anyway, it's been softened up. It's been pretty much rendered offenseless. Has no offensive weapons aside from the rams, and it's just got to pray the river rat runs into those. But it's still a very, very, very fast ship, and so is the river rat. Now I know anyone who's watched the open categories look at this going, this is fast. A couple of those ships from the open category would have been done with the course twice in a row by now. And yeah, this is classics category though, guys. So they're only allowed to use things like that sail there, paddle wheels, which are in the side paddles you can see on the river rat, and propellers. That's pretty much all you can use for forward propulsion. All weapons are still unlocked. Everything's available. It's just that because of the propulsion restrictions for classics category, you end up with much slower ships. Granted, it seems that going slower helps them to navigate a bit better. As you can see right there, a faster ship might have collided straight into that tongue of land there. The Purifier just managed to skirt around it in the last second. Yeah, the Weenus is still stuck. Sorry, Jimmer. It happens, man. I hate that it happened to you, but it happens sometimes. Must have had something critical damaged on it. Oh no, River Rat. No, I just finished saying this is what the Purifier wants. Please, you just go left. No. Nom 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 goes the Purifier as it just chews into the side of the River Rat. Oh, it better not hit that gun. There goes one of the missile launchers. One of the harpoon launchers has just been sheared off. The River Rat really needs that gun. It's what's been keeping it in this fight for so long. It can just keep plunking shots into the sides and the back of the Purifier, and it could get lucky and take off one of those blades again. Oh, another collision. It just keeps coming back in for more. It's a glutton for punishment. Rams are always horrifying when they hit something really hard. They're kind of a useless weapon, honestly, in the meta, because most things aren't going to let you get this close to them. But in a race like this, where especially against something like the River Rat, it has good DPS, but not high enough to really neutralize something this large very quickly. And so, oh dear, the River Rat's not looking so healthy anymore as they both charge into the cliff. Now, I'm pretty sure they will turn. Most vehicles have no problem navigating this section of the course. I took out the little island that was here in the middle to make it a little more, easy for them to navigate this turn without ramming themselves on a small spit of land in the middle. It looked good, it looked really cool, but just about, there may be a handful of the craft submitted that could actually pull it off. And one of them's already been retired, so two of them actually. And they're both in the open category. Come on, River Rat, pull around. I know you've taken some damage. I know there was a rudder in the front you're supposed to have. Oh, good boy. Or girl, whichever one you are. Oh, and it took off another saw blade. Good shot. See what I mean? It needs that cannon. The cannon's really going to help it out here. It's fallen behind, but I have faith. It's going to be on the inside turn here now. The Purifier has gone far left. It just needs to stay straight, get around this little narrow island here. There's no path on the other side of that island. It just needs to go all the way around the island here. Seems the Purifier has realized it's a mistake. It's trying to correct. It's going to go around here. Purifier, no. Oh, the white flares have given in to their compulsion. They must sacrifice to the flayed one. At all costs, it tried to correct at the last second, but it's too late. There goes the entire prow, whatever was left of it, off the front of the River Rat, and it's run the Purifier up on its side. It could actually flip it right here if those rubber pontoons on the bottom push. If it can just push a little harder, it's got it almost completely out of the water. If it just pushes a little harder and turns, it could flip this Purifier completely over, and then the race would pretty much be over for it. It would just be a case of the River Rat having to get to the finish line first, or get to the finish line in one piece without wrecking. Oh, but they're stuck here. They're both fighting. The Purifier does not want to flip over. It was the one doing the sacrificing. The River Rat's not invited to the sacrifice unless it's going to be the victim. That cannon's just dancing there, trying to figure out what it's going to do. Both of them are very, very injured. This is a very interesting turn of events. Oh dear. Come on, River Rat. Come on, Purifier. Ooh! Oh, the Purifier slipped. The Purifier slipped, and it looks like it's getting loose, and it has not flipped over. Wow. That's a testament to the building and the construction of Ferrum's craft. That's impressive. A lot of other craft would have flipped from having that sort of collision. But no, the Purifier has taken off. It's almost going airborne, but fortunately it has no jets, so it won't actually stay airborne. It'll just kind of leap out of the water, then plunge back in because the center of mass was disturbed. Now the River Rat has to get off. Off the land, I mean. Come on, River Rat. Those propellers, those paddle wheels will do a lot of good for you. You just need to kind of skitter along the side here. Come on. Yes, there you go. But now the Purifier has a huge lead. I wonder if the River Rat has what it takes to pull it back now. Oh no, the engine's dying. What's going on? No, there goes the propellers. I could have sworn I heard the engine die just now. It sounded like it revved down. And there it goes again. What's going on? No, they're still working. It must be my sound. It's funky. I've mentioned I run on a potato PC before, right? Actually, it's a MacBook Pro 2010. I have to upgrade this thing. So it might just be my sound card kicking it. Flower Girl has gained some ground since they had that collision, but I don't think she'll have enough speed to make up any sort of distance because now they're both loose and they're both headed for the finish line. The Purifier sees its target. It's just got to stay ahead of the River Rat, and it will win. The River Rat is struggling. It's lost some steering, it seems. Oh no, and now it's pointed itself back towards the land. It's popped out of the water. It doesn't have any propulsion. It's just going to keep steering this way. The rudders were out of the water too long, and now it's turned completely around. Oh no, the loss of that prow has unbalanced it, and so the paddle wheels are flipping it up in the air now. Oh, it looks like the damage from the Purifier has finally taken its toll. The River Rat is stuck, and I'm afraid it's about to get even more stuck in a minute here. Yeah, those rudders, those propellers are now off. I don't understand. Maybe it's an ACB turning them off when they get out of the water, but this isn't good. That little pinch of land right there might be the end of the River Rat. I did what I could. I softened up the course. I made the corners easier to navigate, and it's still, things like this happen. The Purifier made what I thought at first was a tactical error by going way too far to the left, giving the River Rat the chance to go on the inside, and it looked like the River Rat was going to seize that chance. But then the Purifier realized its mistake and swooped back in, and I guess it has a really narrow turn circle because it thought it could charge straight at that mountain and turn at the last second, and it tried to, and then the River Rat rammed it. It was just a comedy of errors, it happens. But I think that's going to be it. The Purifier is doubtless going to win this now. I don't think the River Rat can come back from the turn it just took. It's definitely got some steering issues, and it's heading straight to a little pinch of land there where it'll probably get stuck. I hate that for it, but that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, There's the buoy. There's the line. Here's the Purifier of the flesh. Congratulations, Ferrum 4. Your Purifier comes home to make it 2 for 2. You've got a very strong competitor here, in spite of getting ammo racked, in spite of losing all offensive weaponry, except in spite of losing half of your saw blades, almost half. That rear one's not looking too good, but man, almost getting flipped over, losing over 75% of your weaponry. That is impressive to pull off a win after all that. Now, if the Ripster was taken out, I don't know what it might have done if it had been left in. It looked very, very deadly. But congratulations, man. And oh no, what happened to the Flower Girl? I know the River Rat didn't do anything to it because it's lost its gun. It has no more, and it's only got mines left in the back. It can't have hit the Flower Girl, so it must have, I'll bet you anything. It tends to kind of loop and swoop around, the Flower Girl does. I bet you anything it hit one of its own mines, because it's just wood with ammo barrels on it. Yeah, that looks like explosive damage right there, or land collision, and it wasn't colliding with any land when I left. Oh dear. And does it have any rudders on it? Nope, that would explain a lot. So no rudders, uneven thrust. You see them back. It's got propellers on one side but not on the other, and it's what we call uneven vectored thrust, and it's just going to keep looping in place. So the Flower Girl is out of this. The River Rat, as I predicted, is out of this. We have 2 more competitors. Jeez. I feel so bad. It's just this little island right here. It's perfectly navigable. It's not like it's an impossible obstacle. It's just the way things happened. The poor river rat got stuck. It's still at 92%. It will receive 1 point for getting 80 and less, but the flower girl will not for being 65%. You have to be above 80% or more to get at the end to get 1 point for being alive at the end of the race. You have to actually. I'm trying to see if it's got repair bots on it. If it's going to repair anything. I think it should have by this point. I think it should have repaired. I'm gonna look real quick. Let's see. Here and here. No. If there were, it looks like they've been knocked out by choice explosions across the ship. Well, I am sorry, Varian 101, but it looks like your ship will not even receive 1 point. Let's go look at these other 2 jokers. What do you want to bet? The Precursor still flipped over, and the Weenus is still beached. Let these textures load in. Yep, there's 1 Precursor flipped over, as I predicted, and 1 Weenus still beached, as predicted. Oh. Oh man, I'm so sorry guys. What a way for the Precursor to go out. Flipped over at the starting line by a collision with its old arch nemesis, the Weenus. Tajimmer must have it in for you, Mourark. I know Varian's your competitor in most of these tournaments, but Tajimmer's craft has been the one that's caused the issues for you. Oh dear. And it's still firing back. It's still trying to hit you. Cheeky. Well, my condolences to both of you. You will both get 1 point. Your craft are both above 80%. They're just incapacitated. So everyone gets 1 point except for the Flower Girl and the poor Ripster. But that's it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching. I have been Chromoid, and this is the Nether Speed Demon Racing Series. I'll see you next race. Bye-bye.